Hi guys, and welcome to another Watch Geek video. Today we're taking a look at a really special watch from Casio, the TRN-50, also known as Casiotron. It is not special when it comes to functions, as it is pretty basic, which we'll cover later on. It is not special when it comes to materials used, as it uses steel and mineral crystal, probably the most common combination on today's Casios. What makes this one special is the fact it is a recreation, and a pretty faithful one, of the first Casio watch ever, and first ever digital watch that featured an annual calendar, where the watch knew by itself which months had 30 and which ones had 31 days. We take that kind of function for granted today, as today almost all digital watches not only feature an annual calendar, but also a perpetual one, where the watch also knows how to correct for leap years. But the original Casiotron that this is trying to replicate was launched 50 years ago, when digital watches as a whole were a novelty, and due to hardware and memory capacity of those times, having a watch that knew what month of the year is was quite the achievement. As for this 50th anniversary model, it has been upgraded, so it features some modern tech from Casio, like solar power making it self-charging, and both atomic and Bluetooth timekeeping making it self-adjusting. The other functions are pretty basic and include world time with 5 pre-selected cities that you can edit via the app in the phone, 5 alarms, a 24-hour stopwatch, and a 24-hour countdown timer. So as I like to say, everything you need and nothing you don't. When it comes to Bluetooth connectivity, Casio kept it basic, just the way I like it, meaning you can use it to make settings more intuitive, but you don't have to. Once you set the world time cities, you never have to connect the watch to the phone again. If you follow my channel, you know I don't like smartwatches nor watches that are heavily dependent on phones, as they become obsolete and outdated pretty fast. With this, all the functions will work 50 years from now just as they do today. The styling and size is very true to the original, with this being slightly thinner. The case is a perfect throwback to the past and more complex than you might think. I especially like the concentric grooves on the top surfaces. The dial is also oozing with details while keeping text to a minimum. Usually, Casio will throw a lot of text on the dial, naming pretty much every function and feature of the watch and telling you which button does what. I mean, just look at my DW5000. I personally like that, and it gives a certain geeky charm to their watches, but for this model, I prefer the way they did it, with just basic Casio at the top and Casiotron at the bottom, while the rest of the text is applied on the caseback. This variant comes with blue and gold accents, and I find it prettier than the regular monochromatic version. The blue is done in shades, being lighter in the center and going darker as you move to the top and bottom, as a nod to sky and sea, while the fluted gold bezel gives a bit of bling. What I love is the fact the fluted bezel is under the crystal, so it will stay not only scratch-free but also clean pretty much forever. The screen is positive and one of the best contrast-wise I have seen. Everything is easily readable, and I love how they styled the different function statuses like days of the week of the original model. I also like the backlight that, despite being done with an LED, glows pretty even with almost no hotspots, and the way it fades in and out is very cool. The bracelet has the styling of those old folded hair-pulling pieces of tin found on older Casios, but it is actually modern and features solid links, solid end links, and even a machined gold-plated clasp with the 50th anniversary inscription. It still feels light, but in a good way, increasing comfort. With a price of $500, it is a step up from the usual Casio price points when it comes to basic digital models, but the build and finish quality, the faithful recreation of the design from the 70s, and the fact each variant is limited to 4,000 pieces justifies the price, especially if, like me, you're a Casio lover. The one thing I wish they included is a sapphire crystal. I would even omit the Bluetooth tech in exchange for a sapphire, but even like this, I'm seriously considering getting one. as it is much cooler in person than in the pictures. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and found it useful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and until the next video, bye.